Hello, my dears. Welcome to 4.3. We're going to go back to 4.2 next, but right now we have a rigid transformation, a rigid motion called a rotation. A rotation is just a spin. We're going to spin move, and it's going to turn your figure about a point so that it's the same distance, same direction. So the shape doesn't change, the size doesn't change, just its position changes. So the format here, it's a lowercase r, how many degrees you're turning it, and the O stands for origin. We are always in this class going to move counterclockwise. Yeah, if it doesn't say, it's counterclockwise, which is this direction. So if I were to start in quadrant 1, a 90-degree rotation would be right here. A 180 would be right here. 270, right there. 360 would end up right exactly where you started. Let's see, if I were to start in quadrant 2, that would be a 90, 180, 270. If I were to start in quadrant 3, 90, 180, 270. You see where we're going here. So depending on where you start is where you're going to end up. So let's see if we can figure out how many degrees these shapes have been rotated. Prime is my second one, remember? So this is the second pick. Let's just choose one of these points to follow around. So there's a T. So one would put my T over here somewhere. 2 rotations would put my T right here. 2 rotations is 180 degrees. In this class, y'all, we're keeping it in quadrants. We're only going to rotate 90s, 180s, and 270s. So a one rotation, 2 rotation, 3 rotation, right? We're going to keep it in the basics. And we are always, always, always going to rotate it about the origin. So that just, those are rules that we are sticking with in general geometry that will help you out a little bit. All right, yet again, this guy's my second. All right, almost looks like a slide, doesn't it? But the crooked is upside down, so it's not a slide. So my OG, let's see, I'm going to follow Q here. So 1 would be down here, 2 would be over here. So 3 rotations is 270 degrees right there. All right, there's my second one. Let's just follow the Z. 1 rotation, 2 rotations. So that's 180 degrees. And you could have chosen any point you wanted. 1 rotation would be somewhere over here. 2 rotations is right there. Still 180 degrees. So let's try a couple of these. I got a trick for us. We're going to physically rotate our papers. I've got a little teacher trick. We're going to copy this, paste it, make it a little smaller so we can see it. Okay, I want to know what my where it's going to be after rotating it 90 degrees, right? I'm rotating it 90. So that is 1 rotation. Boop. 1 rotation. Now I'm going to pretend like this is my new XY and see what this point is. Sorry, bell change. So that's going to be negative 1, 2, 3, negative 3, and positive 4. Up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my new point, so let's say this was A prime is going to be at negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. A prime is going to be right there at negative 3, 4. I will teach you some tricks here soon about like how you can just look at the points and flip them around, but I still think spinning is your best bet. All right, let's look over here. Point C. So point C is at not in highlighter. Negative 4, negative 2. You are going to rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Copy, paste, rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. Shrink it down so I got space. Now, pretending like this is my new coordinate grid, this point is going to be at positive 2, negative 4. Positive 2, negative 4. So my new point is at positive 2, negative 4 right here. So that's what, C prime, positive 2, negative 4. Again, there is a relationship between these points and what you do to them. There's a pattern that we will see from these. I'm less worried about it. I need you to be able to rotate things. Okay, let's look at all these guys. We're going to start by labeling all these guys. So Q is at -1. No, is it 0, -1, excuse me. J is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, 1, 2, 3, -3. And H is at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -3, -5. All right, we're going to rotate each one of these points 90 degrees. Again, you can just kind of pretend like you know what you're doing, but I think it is the absolute easiest to physically rotate this guy and come up with the new points, okay? So write them down somewhere when you are physically rotating it. So my Q prime is going to be at 1, 0. I went over 1, stayed, okay? H prime is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, -3. And J prime is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, -5. All right, so we've written those down somewhere. Now we're going to graph them on the same graph because you don't have the benefit of two graphs like this. So 1, 0, Q prime. That makes sense. H prime is at 5, -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, 2, 3. H prime, rotate 90. Okay, so this, I'm just checking my work here. This line rotated 90. That is logical right there. Looks like a 90-degree rotation. All right, and then let's keep going. J prime is at 3, -5. So that's right here. Keeps the same shape. Just rotated it 90 degrees. Again, y'all, there is a pattern. I wonder if anybody can see it. 0, -1, 1, 0. -5, -3, 5, -3. Oh, shoot, that's J. J goes with -3, -5. And -3, -5 becomes 5, -3. So there is a relationship here, a shortcut, a pattern that you can use. I am a horrible memorizer. I don't memorize those rules. All right, let's do it again, but this time we are rotating 180 degrees. Copy, paste. Okay, that was only 90-degree rotation. Let's go again. Come here. Now I have a 180-degree rotation. I needed to go twice. So this sure does look like it's going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, -3. -1, 2, 3, 4, -1, 2, 3. There's my A prime. There's my A. 1 rotation, 2 rotations, 180 degrees. Do it again. I have my point C. 1 rotation, 2 rotations. All right, where did C end up? So C ended up at, so C prime is going to be at 4, 2. It started at -4, -2, and it ends at 4, 2 right here. Again, y'all, there's going to be a pattern here. The pattern between, let's do it in a different color, between 4, 3 and -4, -3. And -4, -2, 4, 2. Pattern's a little easier to figure out on this one. And we are going to do this yet again. What were these points? Let's go ahead and mark them again so we don't forget. 0, -1, -3, -5, and -5, -3. And I am going to rotate it twice. Whoops. There it goes. 1, 2. All right, so my Q, it looks like everything just became positive, right? So let's see if that stays true. Q prime. What do I have? H prime and J prime. So Q prime is 0, 1. J is 5, 3. And H is 3, 5. Y'all, we just made all the signs positive. Much easier on this one. 0, 1 is Q prime. H was 3, 5. And J prime was 5, 3. 1, 2, 3. I covered it up a little bit, but that's okay. Should be the exact same shape. Just rotated once, twice. Gorgeous. All right, last one. 273 rotations around. I bet y'all could figure this out without me at this point. Copy, paste. 1, 2, 3 rotations. All right, this is looking like A prime is going to be at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So A prime is at positive 3, negative 4. We've switched. Again, let's look at our relationship here. What's happening? A prime is at 3, negative 1, 2, 3, 4. A prime, A, and this makes sense. 1, 2, 3 rotations around. Doing it again. 3 rotations. Copy, paste. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to scoot you over a little bit. Let's see, this looks like 2, 4. 2, 4. No, negative 2, 4, excuse me. Because it's over here, up 4. So my new one is going to be at negative 2, up 4, C prime, because I've got 1, 2, 3 full rotations. Again, there's a pattern. We started at negative 4, negative 2, and we're going to end at negative 2, 4. Last one, all 3 of these. Let's do it. One, 2, 3. Okay, zooming in so we can check them out. Q prime is at negative 1, 0. So Q prime goes 1, 2, 3. Q prime is at negative 1, 0. This makes sense. We're good. I'm going to erase that so it doesn't get extra. J prime. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 3, positive 5. Negative 3. 1, 2, 3, positive 5 is up here. J prime, check it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, logical, logical. And H prime, 5, 3. Negative 5, positive 3. Negative 5, positive 3. H prime. We have the exact same shape that has just been rotated 1, 2, 3 times around. So I think we're good to go. Now, if you looked at these and saw these patterns, there are rules that you can memorize, all right? So if you are rotating once, if you have a 90-degree rotation, you switch X and Y, and change the sign of the new X. If you are rotating 270, it's very similar. Switch X and Y, change the sign of the new Y. Switch X and Y, change the sign of the new Y. 180 is the easiest to memorize. Just change the signs. Change the signs. No switching, just changing the signs. So 1 rotation, switch X and Y, change the new X. 2 rotations, make them negative, or change the signs, whatever that is. 3 rotations, switch X and Y, change the new Y. Change the sign of the new Y. All right, my loves. We've got homework doing exactly that. The only thing that is different here is I am going to want you to rotate every single one of these points, right? So find the coordinates of each image and pre-image. So for example, number 1, A is at negative 2, 2. A is at negative 2, 2. The new image after rotating 90 degrees for A. 90 degrees is going to end up down here somewhere. So that's going to be negative 2, negative 2. You are free to rotate your paper every single time. I have to copy it to do it, you know what I mean? But like, boom, my new A, get rid of that. Oh, it can't. My new A is right here at -2, -2. So if you rotate your paper every single time, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think it helps a lot. I really do. All right. So for every one of these, I want you to find both the prime and the new. For these, I think I'm going to go ahead and give you these, and you need to come up with the new ones. Rotate that page around. Great. Good luck.